Hey guys, this is EckhartsLadder. Hello and welcome to another Star Wars video. Now, major warning for this one. Today's video will have spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker. First, I'm going to talk about a leaked page from the visual guide. Then, we'll talk about what I think that means combined with my knowledge of the actual leaks. So I'll give you guys multiple warnings throughout the video, but I'm just saying, if you want to go in completely free, click away now. While you guys are doing that, I just want to take a second to plug something important to me. My favorite mod for probably any game is up for a Mod DB Top 100 award. Specifically, I'm talking about Thrawn's Revenge, which is an Empire at War mod. It takes place in the post-Endor period, has something like 17 factions, including warlords and the Empire of the Hand and more, and just absolutely nails Legends and that period. So if you're interested in supporting an absolutely great mod, I'll link to both the voting and the mod itself down below. Anyway, anyone wanting to leave certainly has had time to do so now. As some of you may or may not know, in the days before a Star Wars movie release, it is very common for the visual dictionary to leak. The visual dictionary often doesn't leak the plot of the movie itself, but obviously gives a lot of detail about the characters and especially their backstories. It's where we first learned about Lor San Tekka, the Praetorian Guards, and more. So if you're interested in these background lore details, which I really am, you can check out these leaks usually without ruining the experience if you don't want to have the plot given away. One of the more fun leaks for me. Anyway, today's is relatively small, but has a lot of interesting information. I've included a picture, but because it may be unreadable, I'll read it out for you guys. Kylo's journey to Mustafar and Exegol revealed to him that belief in the Sith tradition has continued despite the demise of the last Sith Lord. Loyalists seeking to resurrect the tradition have coupled technology and the occult to bring forth unnatural embodiments of the dark side. Kylo comes to learn that he is the heir of a vast empire, waiting to be unleashed from the depths of the unknown region. He takes this mantle, but he knows there's still much work to be done. So wow, that gives us a lot right there. First, we have the name Exegol, which has appeared throughout Star Wars leaks up to this point, although spelled differently, but right before that, we also have a mention of Mustafar. That really blew me away. However, I don't expect Mustafar to actually appear in the film. I think Kylo will journey there before Episode 9 on a sort of spirit quest, which leads him to the Sith Fleet and the Emperor. So I'm going to be bringing in some more general leaks at this point, but mostly to speculate on the early part of the movie. It seems pretty clear that it will start off perhaps with that scene we saw the other day in that teaser with Kylo going to Exegol. At least I believe that's where that planet is, with the massive shape in the air and of course the voice of Palpatine. There, I guess, he will discover that not only is a Sith fleet waiting for him to assume the mantle, but also Palpatine himself. I assume that's where we get the discussion of the technology coupled with the occult, and a few people have suggested that maybe Palpatine will be attached to some sort of strange machine, and that he's not quite fully returned to life in Episode 9. Personally, I think that would be an awesome development. It would be much more interesting than just seeing Palpatine as he appeared in the original trilogy. I love like a wraith or like a desiccated human just barely holding on to life. That too would continue some of the Dark Empire mirrors we saw, especially relating to Empire's End. But as I alluded to just a second ago, I think that also explains the massive fleet of seemingly inert Star Destroyers. They are literally just sitting there waiting for someone to take command of them. I quite like the idea that Kylo and the First Order in general are not Sith, but that Kylo nonetheless is the heir to the Sith. I do have questions though. After he discovers that Palpatine has returned or is returning, does Kylo choose to serve a new master, especially after killing Snoke in Episode 8? Perhaps the difference is the Sith tradition itself, which Palpatine can now offer. But on Palpatine's end, why would he be looking for an heir to the Sith? Palpatine has pretty much always been concerned with personal power and accruing as much of that as possible. I don't know why he would want to push some to Kylo. I think he's intending to use him, which we sort of see hinted at in that recent teaser, where it's pretty clear that Palpatine has been manipulating Kylo for a long time. One thing that I picked out, but I'm not quite sure enough, at least not sure enough to make a video about, is when Palpatine says "my boy," it almost sounds like he's imitating Han Solo.
My boy. I have been every voice you have ever heard inside your head.
In the same way that it sounds like he's imitating Snoke. That would be very in line with Palpatine and is so gross that it almost makes my skin crawl. It's almost worse than the way he manipulated Anakin, who was without a father figure, but in a different way. Back to Kylo though, I wonder if part of the reason why he's searching for this Sith armada is because he's having trouble controlling the First Order and he's now seeing some opponents from within, including Hux and perhaps as well the new Allegiant General Pride. But moving on, we also have mention of many Sith occultists, including what we see on the left of the page, a Sith alchemist. I can't tell from the gloves, but this may be the person that fixes Kylo's mask. And the location we see on Exegol in the trailer does seem to be something that would be constructed by Sith adherents or Sith occultists. We see massive statues of what are presumably Sith lords. The leaks have also suggested that Palpatine may be surrounded by thousands of dark-robed supporters, which I think would be a very, very cool image. However, what do you think about all of this? Do you think this is legit? Do you think Palpatine will be visiting Exegol at the beginning of the movie? And on that note, a recent soundtrack leak does say that Journey to Exegol is one of the first tracks. Is it realistic for Kylo to want to serve Palpatine? And would Palpatine want another heir to the Sith? Let me know all of your thoughts and more down in the comments section. Until next time though guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. As always, have a great day and may the Force be with you.